Hi, but my website is the Professor Garfield website, and this website is free for anyone who wants to use it, and it's mostly full of children's games, and it has some online stories for them, and it also has a teacher's lounge in it that we're going to be looking at. And the games and the stories can be for different grade levels. You just have to make sure that it's grade appropriate. There are games on here for K through 6, so I would just look over them before using them in your classroom. And the first place we're looking at is Transport to Reading, and we're going to go to Garfield's Island.
Garfield's Island. Holodeck B is energized. Please enter. Welcome to Garfield's Island. Want to have some fun with phonics? Just click on one of the activities to get started.
Alright, and on here we have different games for kids. You have Match of Mystery and Fishing Phonics, and both of these are reading games. And the two things we're going to look at in this section are the storybook reader and the toon book reader. So first we're going to go to the storybook reader.
Professor Garfield's storybook reader.
Alright, and if you click on the top here, it says you can select your story, and we'll do Garfield in the park.
Garfield in the park. Before you begin reading, read the title of the story. What do you think the story will be about? What do you think will happen in the story? Have you ever been to a park? What did you do there?
So as you see, this portion gives you things to think about before you read, and I really like that because it definitely gets students thinking. And if you flip through the bottom, you can have it speak to you, and you can tell it when you want to switch to pages, and so you're kind of doing it at your pace as well. So I think this could be really educational because you can have your students answer these questions for you, and maybe even write down answers in your classroom if you decide to use these stories. And the next thing we're going to look at is the toon book reader. And for toon book reader, it has different choices, and we'll just do Silly Lily because it's the first one. And you can have this read to you, you can read it to yourself, and you can flip through the pages, and it gives you the whole story, as you can see, and you can have it read the words to you.
The world goes around, and seasons change. Winter, spring, summer, fall.
So I really like this area too, because I like how you can flip through it to yourself and have it read to you. It doesn't have questions before the stories, but I do like it, and it does have some good selections for you to choose to read. And the next thing we're going to look at is the reading ring.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, humans and cartoon characters, and welcome to tonight's
We'll skip the intro.
You first. Don't let his size. Let's get it on. Gentlemen, here are the rules.
So as you can see, they're fighting, and what you're trying to do here is put the comic strip in the order that it goes in, so it's kind of like checking for your understanding of the comic strip. So you would put it in, and I'm just going to randomly put it up here without reading it. And then it'll say try again, and you can get as many ones as many times as you want to get the correct answer. And also, after you get it correct, it'll have questions about the story that you read. So I thought this was really neat. And the other really neat thing about this is if you noticed at the beginning that Ball State's logo is on the ring, the wrestling ring, or whatever you call it. So I thought that was really cool. And that gets your students thinking, and like it makes them like check their understanding, because they have to put it in the correct order, so they have to understand what they're reading in order to get it correct. And the next thing I want to look at actually is back and transport to reading.
Transport to reading.
And we'll go to Orson's farm this time.
Holodeck B is energized. Please enter. Hello, and welcome to Orson's farm. Let's have some fun with words, but first let's meet the animals that live here.
Alright, and this is also full of different reading games, as you can see. And in this section it actually gives specifically what they're working on. As you can see, like this one will help you with phoneme blending, and down here is the phoneme manipulation. There's two of those, and blending over here. So we're going to do the pumpkin patch because I like that game.
Hi, welcome to Bo's Pumpkin Patch. Bo's Pumpkins will help you play the game. Listen to the word book. Take away the B sound. What is left? Book. Ache. Ike. Listen carefully. Book without the B sound is book. Book without the B sound is not ache. Book without the B sound is not Ike. Now you try. Listen to the word sock. Take away the S sound. What is left? Eek. Ock. Ick. Ock. Good job. Ock, starting with the S sound, is sock. Let's pick some more pumpkins.
So as you see, like it's working on like the ending sounds of the words, and each pumpkin has a different one, and you select the correct one. And there's 9 rounds, and you're on the second one, and you have a score of 3. So I thought this was a fun game, and it gets kids listening to words and kind of like breaking it up to hear like the different sounds within that word. And the next thing I want to look at is the KV Kids. And I really like this section because it's all like little videos and things that you can watch, and it has all 4 main subjects: social studies, science, math, and language arts, and you can select different ones for grade level. So if I want to go do 2nd grade, they give me a whole new area to look at. And for fun, we'll just do a science one, and we'll do marine mammals so you can see what it's like.
Select the topic you wish to view from the contents menu. Marine.
So we'll do dolphins because I like dolphins.
Dolphins are marine mammals that are closely related to whales and porpoises. The ones that usually perform in sea aquariums are bottlenose dolphins. Dolphins breathe through a blowhole on the top of their head. They rise to the surface every 2 minutes.
So like as you can see, you can have them read it to you. And also I really like because it sends postcards, so you can have students write about that topic and maybe even send it to somebody about what they've learned. So it has some pretty cool things in here.
Next.
So I really liked this section a lot. And the next thing that I wanted to look at is in here. And we'll go to Mrs. P. And I really like Mrs. P because she has a list of books, and you can have her read those books to you, and she has her own library and different activities that you can do. So in like this section, like she has a list of books that she can story tell, and I really liked that a lot. I won't have it you guys listen to it because it takes a while, but I would definitely check this section out. It's very useful. And the next thing I want to look at is Artbot.
Artbot.
Greetings, I'm Professor Garfield's Artbot. Want to learn how to draw with the Garfield cartoonists? Great, let's get started.
And I really like this. I just think it's kind of cool that they have it on here. You can learn how to draw Garfield and other animals, and you actually meet like the cartoonist that draws Garfield and created Garfield, and he walks you through how like he created him and shows you the steps, and you can like draw him in motion and learn how to draw different expressions and things like that. So I really like it, and you get to meet Jim Davis, and he walks you through the steps, and I thought that was just something that's kind of neat for kids. And the last thing that I want to look at here is the Teacher's Lounge. And the Teacher's Lounge is really helpful. It has different things in here like fun activities, awards and bookmarks, parent communication, and general school. And I really like the reading and writing section because it has different word walls for each grade level that you could like print out and use. And I also really like it because they have these reading and writing surveys, and it talks like kids can like pick how they feel about like writing, if it makes them really happy or if they enjoy it, and you can do those they have it for reading and writing. So I really liked that. That was like one of the favorite things that I found on here. But there's a lot of cool different things on the side here that you can check it out. So I would definitely use Professor Garfield in my classroom. It has good things for the teachers to use, and it has very educational games that students can play in their spare time. It also has books that you can have students read. You can use those for like whole class instruction or just in their spare time. If they have extra time, they could go to the computer and have books read to them online for something different. So I really like this website, and I would definitely recommend checking it out.